Hi children, good morning to all. How are you? I hope all are fine. Warm welcome to all of you to our today's biology class. Today we discussed about fertilizers and manners, the differences between fertilizers and manners, and also I told you to do an activity. All of you did that activity? And every day are you record your observations? Okay, I think so. Is it correct? Okay, children. As we all know that water is an essential material for life. All living beings need water to live. Water is also essential for the proper growth of plants and their developments. It is essential for the growth of fruits, flowers, and seeds. Plants are taking water from the soil with the help of their roots. And roots, they are penetrating deep into the soil. Wherever they are getting water, they are absorbing and giving to the different parts of the plant. As we know that. For us also, water is very essential. Isn't it? Yes. Without water, we cannot imagine our life. Same like plants also, water is an essential material. With water, they have many uses. For their proper growth and development, water plays an eminent role. Water is also essential for germination of seeds. The nutrients dissolved in water get transported to all parts of the plant like leaves, flowers, fruits, stem, etc. Water also protects the plant from frost and hot air currents. Thus, water has a great role for the proper growth and development for the crops. In order to maintain the moisture of the soil, we have to water the crops at regular intervals. The supply of water to the crops at different intervals, we can call one name. What is that? Irrigation. So, my dear students, today let us discuss about irrigation. This is the fourth step in the basic practices of agriculture, that is irrigation. Today we are going to discuss about irrigation. What is irrigation? The supply of water to crops at different intervals. At different intervals. It is called as irrigation, the supply of water. Then how we are supplying? And when we have to supply water to the crops? The time and frequency of irrigation varies from soil to soil, crop to crop, and also season to season. As we know that different crops having the availability of various amounts of water. Same like different soil having different texture, water holding capacity, etc. etc. Due to that, the supply of water is different according to the soil, type of crops, and also the type of seasons. As we know, during summer season, the frequency of water is very high. What is the reason? Do you know? During summer, due to the bright light of the sun, the rate of evaporation is more. What do you mean by evaporation? You can recollect? The change of water into water vapor. The change of water into water vapor due to the heat of the sun. We can say evaporation. During summer season, the rate of evaporation is high from the plants, so plants want to get more and more water in order to compensate that loss due to evaporation. So we have to water the plants at a regular basis during summer season for the proper growth of crops. We know that there are different sources of water. Which are the sources of water, do you know? As we know that sources of water are well, tube well, tube wells, canal, ponds, rivers, dams and lakes. These are the important sources of water. How we are getting water? That is due to rain. We all know that because of rain, all these sources are filling with water due to rain. Wells, tube wells, canals, ponds, rivers, dams and lakes. So we have to lift water from these sources in order to provide to the crops. Then how to lift water from these sources? There are various methods are there. Traditional methods and modern methods. At first, let us know more about traditional methods. The water available in the sources like wells, canals and lakes is listed up by various methods in different regions for pouring to the crops. In these traditional methods, mainly animals, especially cattle or human power is using. That is why these methods are very cheaper and also they are less efficient. That means to take more time and more manpower or cattle's power and also it is very cheaper. So, which are the two merits of traditional methods? One merit that is, it is cheaper and second one what is? We can do our work as our own. But there are lot of demerits also there. It is less efficient and more time consuming. Because of this, mainly using cattle or human labor. Then there are different traditional methods. And the first one is mode. In the system, pulley system. Then how in your home that is the water is drawing from the well? If there is no electricity, we can't take through the pipe. We have to draw water from the well. We are using one pulley. Same like that. In the mode system, that is a system. Here then pulley system. Because with the help of the pulley, man is lifting the water from the wells, canals and also from the lakes. With the help of pulley. That means, as you know that, if in your house having pulley, you have to observe that. Okay? And second one, chain pump. In this system, that is with the help of pump or motor, water is lifting from the canals, rivers and also from the lakes. And after that, by using pulley, by using chain along with the pulley, we are taking and pouring water to the field. And the third that is Takli. That picture also given in the textbook. You can observe the pictures. And in the Takli, that is also man is working there. So it is more time consuming. And also the last one is Rahat. Here we are using animals. With the help of a lever, animals are rotating. When the animals are rotating along with that lever, the water is pouring from one place to or lakes or wells to and pouring into the field. These are the different methods of traditional methods of irrigation. One is mode, chain pump, Thakli and Rahat. Then what are the demerits of these methods? They are less efficient and more time consuming. Okay. And also, here mainly the water is listed up by pumps, motor pumps. And these pumps are usually commonly they are working with the help of electricity, biogas, solar energy and also diesel. Here, you can also see that in your neighborhood, those who are farmers means they are usually using a heavy motor pump to draw water from the lakes and rivers into their field. Okay, if you have any such facilities, you have to observe there and how they are irrigated. You have to know that how they are irrigate their field. Okay, and next that is second type of irrigation, that is modern methods. Modern methods. In this lesson, we are studying about two types of modern methods. One is sprinkler system. Sprinkler system. The system is more efficient in uneven lands where water availability is very less. In sprinkler system, there is a main pump, that is pipe. With the main pipe, there are a lot of perpendicular pipes are arranging, and these perpendicular pipes have a rotated nozzles on the top. Here one nozzles like this, rotated nozzles on the top, and these perpendicular pipes are attached to the main pipe at regular intervals. When water is allowed to flow through this main pipe under pressure and they are escaping through, the water is escaped through these nozzles, they are rotating and at the same time they are irrigate the crops as in the form of a rain. When rain showering, we know that is drop by drop it is getting to every part of the field. Like that, the nozzles are rotating and that's why they are sprinkling the crops as like a rain. And this method is very common and very advantageous in sandy soils. So one of the demerit of the system, there is a wastage of water. Sprinkling means showering here and there means some amount of water is wasting. But this method is very useful to irrigate fruits, trees and also gardens. We can also see this type of system in our school. Did you see in the premises of our school, the sprinkler system? Our gardens are irrigated by like using the sprinkler system. There is a rotating nozzles are rotating. While rotating, the water is spraying everywhere of the field. Okay? Did you understand the sprinkler system? In the sprinkler system, one demerit we saw that, there is a wastage of water. In order to compensate this method, there is another method is also there. That system is known as drip system. That is drip system. It's one of the modern method, that is drip system. In this system, water is added to the crops at the position of a root as drop by drop. If adding drop by drop at the position of roots means there is no wastage of water. So plants getting enough water also for their growth. I think when we are comparing the sprinkler system and drip system, the drip system is more advantageous because there is no wastage of water. Because in this system, the water is adding drop by drop at the position of the roots. So root can easily absorb water for their growth. Okay. In the sprinkler system and the drip system, we know that here also in drip system also there is pipes are there and the pipes are arranging different branches And along with the different branches, we are giving connection to each, that is a root position of each crop or plant. Okay. In this sprinkler system and a drip system is more advantageous because there is no wastage of water, and also this system is more commonly used in the places where water is very less, especially in the case of desertic areas, and the drip system is more useful. Now students, let us observe a video where we can see the various methods of irrigation, traditional and modern methods.
A moat system is one of the simplest and cheapest irrigation systems. In this, water is drawn from a well or water source by a bucket attached to a rope. The rope is passed over a pulley and fixed to an animal. The animal walks down an earthen slope away from the well to lift water. The water is then emptied into a channel and the fields are irrigated. As the wheel turns with the help of a shaft and handle, the buckets dip into the pool and draw water. The chain then lifts the buckets to the upper wheel, where they are tipped and dumped into an upper pool. The chain then carries the empty buckets down to be refilled. The water in the pool is then released by gates into channels, which act as artificial streams to water the crops. During irrigation, the rope tied to the bucket is pulled down so that the bucket goes into the water source and fills up with water. The bucket is again drawn up by pulling up the rope. The water is then collected manually and poured into the channels. Rahat's system of irrigation involves two wheels, one placed vertically over a water source, typically an open well, and the other placed horizontally at a distance. A belt of buckets is fixed to the first wheel and an ox, buffalo or camel is tied to the other wheel. As the animal pulls the wheel around in a circular motion, it sets in motion the first wheel with the buckets, which draw water from the water source, and irrigate the fields. The traditional methods of irrigation are cost-effective but time-consuming. Thus, these methods have been replaced with drip system and sprinkler system. Let us learn about these two methods in detail. A sprinkler system is used in arid and uneven regions as an alternative method of irrigation. This system employs many perpendicular pipes with rotating nozzles at the top, installed at regular intervals. The pipes are placed on the field and are connected to the main pipelines that emerge from the main water storage tank. In a drip irrigation system, water is delivered at or near the root zone of crops drop by drop. A drip irrigation system is the most efficient system of irrigation as there is absolutely no wastage of water. This system is mostly used in areas with poor water availability. Both the modern systems of irrigation are costly but require less labor and time. In this module you have learned Irrigation is the artificial method of supplying water to crop fields to assist crop production. A motor pulley system, a chain pump system, Dhekli and Rahat are traditional methods of irrigation. They are cost-effective but time-consuming. A sprinkler system and a drip system are modern methods of irrigation. They are costly but require less labor and time.
Students, now we observed one video. In that we saw the various methods of modern methods of irrigation and traditional methods of irrigation. I think you understood that different methods of irrigation. Today we discussed about the importance of water. Water is very essential for the proper growth and development of plants, germination of seeds, and also it helps for dissolving the nutrients, and also it protects the plants from moist and also from the hot air currents. And we discussed about the various irrigation methods like traditional methods, mott, chain pump, Dhekli and Rahat. Modern methods we discussed that sprinkler system and drip system. Now this is the time to wind up today's session. Thank you.